Hello, my name's Paul Mendelson from Dentalplan. I'd like to tell you how to fill out the application form with a Dentalplan patient. Your Dentalplan brochure will look something like this. And at the back of the brochure, there's an application form. And I want to talk to you now about how we fill out the application form and the important points when we're completing this form. At the top of the form, you'll see the agreement start date. Our dental plans start at the beginning of the month, and it takes 10 days to process a direct debit. So if you're sending your form in less than 10 days before the end of the month, the dental plan will start the beginning of the following month. It is possible to backdate a form so it starts earlier, but you must inform the patient that they will be paying 2 membership fees at once when the direct debit is collected. There is a £10 joining fee for adults and a £5 joining fee for children. If you have children on your plan who are free, there's no joining fee for those free children. And the joining fee is a one-off payment and it's collected with the first direct debit. In the next section, you've got the details for the payer, who is the contract holder, the person who is paying the direct debit. And the payer may or may not be a patient. Generally, the payer is a patient. But if the payer is paying for his or her family, then sometimes the payer isn't. And that's fine. So you fill in the details here of the payer. And then below this, you'll see the group discounts. Most plans have family discounts. 5% for 2 people, 10% for 3 people, and 15% for 4 or more people on the plan. So here we have to calculate the family discounts. And in the next section of the page, you can see where you put the group members of the plan and just their name, date of birth, and the initials of the dentist who they're seeing. Here also, you'll put their monthly fee. At the bottom of this page, you can see that we put the total monthly fee, and then if there's a family discount, we apply that family discount. Then we can total it all up. Now let's look at the other side of this form. At the top of the form, we've got the payment method, annually by direct debit or monthly by direct debit. As a rule, we prefer monthly by direct debit because we don't need to write to the patient every year. With an annual direct debit, we've got to contact the patient each year to renew the direct debit. There is also, in some plans, annually by cheque. But here again, cheque is the less preferred option because we need to write to the patient and request them to send us a cheque. Here the patient will sign, or the payer will sign on behalf of the patient, and you can sign on behalf of the dentist, or if this box is left blank, Dentalplan will sign it on your behalf. The next section is a direct debit instruction for the bank. And sometimes when you're completing a form, the patient might not have their bank details with them. In this case, it's best to ask them to sign the form and to sign for the direct debit and contact the patient by telephone to get the bank details. This way you can be sure that the form gets completed in a good time frame. So the patient fills in this section the direct debit details and again signs for that and dates that section. And that's it. That's all there is to the form. Now you can collect the forms at the practice, or you can send the forms to Dentalplan in a free post envelope, or the patients can post the forms directly. Ideally, you would sign up the patients at the practice and send them to Dentalplan in a free post envelope. When we receive the patient application form, we send them a welcome letter. And with the welcome letter, we send the patient terms and conditions like this. Make sure that you've got some copies of your terms and conditions in the practice so that you can discuss these with the patient should they want to know about them. If there is a postal disruption in your area, collect the forms at the practice and Dentalplan will send a courier to collect up the forms on a regular basis. If you have any questions about Dentalplan, about how to fill out the forms or marketing, anything we can help you with on your dental plan, please don't hesitate to contact us on 01409 255 551, email info@dentalplan.co.uk or visit the website dentalplan.co.uk. Thank you for listening. At the top of the form, you'll see the agreement start date, and the start date is the beginning of the month. Now it takes 10 days to process a direct debit, so if CoPlan receives your application form less than 10 days before the end of the month, we put the start date here, the beginning of the following month. But in case you want to start immediately, you can backdate the payment, but tell the patient that 2 collections will be taken at the beginning of the following month. Now every patient pays a £10 joining fee if they're an adult, or a £5 joining fee if they're a child. Children who are free, children who are not paying,